What is up? What is good? The Wolf is here. It's been a while since I made a Let's Talk video, so let's get into it. I got a bit of a script in front of me, so I'm not totally going off the top of, just my brain just thinking of things. I'm actually going to stick to a bit of a script because there's a lot of stuff that I actually want to make sure, a lot of points and everything I want to make sure and hit. Don't mind the background. I'll probably try and get a green screen or something just so, this is my room. It's not, I know it's a little cluttered and everything. I got very small space to work with. Anyways, so in this Let's Talk video, we're going to be talking about the current state of YouTube and how careers are affecting the platform for both better and worse. In this video, I wanted to go over some things that I felt strongly about and wanted to put in my own input since I've been a content creator on YouTube since roughly maybe around the 2008 year. Even though I've only gotten into the business part of YouTube within the last few years, it's not a lot of business to YouTube. There's starting to become a lot more of it now than when I started, going on to almost 4 years ago now. But yeah, let's just get into this. So the first question on everybody's mind is this going to be the death of YouTube? We're starting to see, we've been seeing the biggest YouTubers channels dropping views. It started back in 2015. And it's gotten even worse, all the way up to 2017, and now we're in 2018. And we have another situation where a content creator is looking for shock and awe factor just to get views and put the entire YouTube platform into bad press once again. The person didn't do it for that reason, but that's what ended up happening because of his actions and the stuff that he posted when he pretty much, he knows he shouldn't have done it. Everybody knows that he shouldn't have done it, but he did it just to get views, just to get paid. We know better than that. Anyways, I'm getting off script. Let me get back into this. So there's been a automatic loss of subs and views where YouTube took some of your stats away from you because of bot accounts, and we all know that nowadays YouTube especially, it's all about the numbers. Also there was a thing of where channels are being automatically unsubbed from actual viewers, making some content creators look like they were losing viewership when really it was YouTube's system screwing up. That's what they were trying to say and everything. But to me, that seems kind of weird to me that right around the time that stuff started happening, the now golden faces of content creators that are, starring in the YouTube Red video series and movies, that seeing huge numbers just flood to their channels, or other channels just automatically lost, because, people were buying subs, and then also there were made program bots that were made to put subscriptions onto people's channels to make them grow overnight and everything, which I can see, that happened and everything, and I can see why they would weed those, subscribers out and they'll take those numbers away and everything, but it just seems really weird that right before they were going to implement YouTube Red and make all these series and the videos and the movies and all that stuff, all of a sudden the hard-working YouTubers that do this thing as like a career job, and make videos all the time and everything. I mean, hell, I got caught up into some networking stuff with BBTV and everything, and then I had to literally restart my channel. That's the reason why I have no numbers or stats or whatever on my channel as is right now. I have almost 600 videos and barely 1,000 views. That's the reason why, because I did have almost, I didn't have a huge channel. I only had maybe upwards towards 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know, I think it was like 20,000 views or some crazy thing like that. There's probably even more views than that, but just to think that they're going to take stats away from you when you are actually working your ass off, and because of bot channel. So anyways, YouTube also promoting only those favorites more than other channels, where the trending section of YouTube magically makes their stars show up more than any other channels, not to mention YouTube also playing favoritism when it comes to those working with YouTube Red. They're getting special privileges, such as getting away with uploading against terms of service, which we have seen that a few times over again. without repercussions until the community creates an uproar. Meanwhile, when someone makes a video talking about how they want to take time off because they just lost their father, their father passed away, the video gets monetized without their permission and then gets blocked, which I think is absolutely a disgrace to the platform that the system would be allowed to do something like that, and the guy would get penalized for that. I didn't do a follow-up on that, so I didn't actually check into like what happened afterwards, but it just like to think that even happened in the first place. Like, how does that happen when YouTube is one of the biggest sites on the internet? Come on, that should not even be a question of like that would even happen. Is YouTube has never been that corrupted before. And I don't want to say corrupted as in like, but it's like, come on, man. We have been working so hard to make YouTube, over the past, I don't even know how many years now, we've been working so hard to make YouTube a viable platform for people to make careers and to make, to turn their lives around and to give people a platform to speak out on certain topics and help each other out with certain issues and everything. But back to the thing. So YouTube feels like it's turning into a form of the music business to me, where only the content creators that are promotable get ahead, and those that are just hard-working regular people that have a dream to succeed in the industry, they get rolled over by the YouTube Red promoted faces. And that I very, very much stand behind. And I know I wrote that and I said that, but yes, that is like that's something that I really, really, really heavily feel is being pushed into the YouTube landscape. Now, I want to take a second on top of the being the promoted faces of YouTube and everything, the YouTube Red stuff that happened and all that. Yeah, I want to take a second to talk about the Wall Street Journal fiasco, the one with the PewDiePie drama, and the ad companies pulling out from YouTube. Now, PewDiePie, you could kind of figure he was going to have some drama sooner or later because the way he acts and the way he talks, he's got every right to do that. Whatever, he's a content creator. That's what he makes for content. That's just his personality. That's what he does. But ad companies pulling out from YouTube, that led to ad-based revenue dropping, the payout to all content creators by down to just a third of what everybody was making before all that stuff happened. And back when the news dropped that PewDiePie was being slapped on the hand for being racist at the time, and then getting paid to work on a movie with Maker Studio, I mean, come on, YouTube really didn't care that he was being racist. It was just Maker Studio, which was then owned by an OG YouTube creator. We all know who it is. I'm not going to say names. It's someone that has had his own runs with the fame and misfortune thing. But the thing is, if it wasn't for the Disney deal happening, if PewDiePie was not replaced by Logan Paul, which we all know how that worked out, it just reminds me of like the child stars that came through Disney before and go on to have controversial careers, and the ones that are always into something bad to get the spotlight on, like ET, Entertainment Tonight or whatever, to get their career back in the spotlight once again, or get to social media talking about them and get that whole thing of like you got to be controversial to stay in the spotlight. That whole thing comes along with the Disney territory. And then when I heard that Disney was getting a stake in YouTube by buying Maker Studio, I was like, oh no. That's one of the things, though. I guarantee that PewDiePie would still be in the spotlight of YouTube if it wasn't for all the backstage politics, happening around the platform. Like I said, PewDiePie getting replaced by Logan Paul. It's just, PewDiePie is no saint. He probably shouldn't even been in the top spot. It was just, because he was controversial and he said different stuff, stupid stuff at times. That's the reason why, he got a following. That's the way social media, that's the way, the internet works overall. But yeah, also stuff like, the view bots and the sub bots and all that stuff, and overused clickbait thumbnails of different, varieties, like the girls with the boobs out and just the lack of clothes, and then the infamous like, face and all that. Probably the biggest problem of all, though, is people not putting enough thought into their content. and making videos just for the numbers, for the shock and awe, and get the numbers on there. Which the shock and awe, I'm not against the shock and awe, but just making the video to get the views. It should be you're making the video because it's something that you would want to see, not just because, oh, this can get me this many likes and this many views, and then maybe make me this much money. The money's the end all. Make something that you like to see. And there's a lot of people that say that, and that's becoming like a cliche thing to say about YouTube and anything, when it comes to content creation. But for real, if you don't have that heart and soul in there of like, this is something I'm passionate about, this is something I really like, then what are you making? You're just making something that anybody could make. You're not making something that's your own. And so anyways, mix that with the site-wide algorithm problem also of videos that are controversial and comments on videos that are controversial getting pushed right up to the top and into the spotlight even more. And then you had the main reasons why a lot of old school channel owners have closed up shop and moved on to other websites, which is both cleaning up and destroying the platform simultaneously. I mean, hell, I feel bad for anyone that is like a career YouTuber, because YouTube overall has turned into a stepping stone rather than a way of life. Like, you don't have a career on YouTube; it's just something to make a profile on, so you can end up going to some other website to you get your following on YouTube, and then you go to another website, or you go to some other like you move out to Cali or something, you work on like internet shows or something with all the other personalities that live out there, and the businesses that are out there and everything, which is not a bad thing if you do that. You are literally pushing your career up farther than most anybody ever thought possible back in the day. It's just YouTube has always been like, this is a career path. I can make little pots of cash and live very comfortably off of doing something that I love. And now YouTube is just a stepping stone to do something totally different. I just feel like that has changed from the way it was back in the day. And of course, platforms and websites and everything, everything changes. So it's not the worst thing ever. I'm just saying that it has changed. Now, think of this scary thought, though, and this is a big one that this kind of irks me a little bit. This is the one that kind of gets to me. I'm like, that would be very, very bad. Okay, think of this. If ad companies pulled their support for more than just YouTube, that could create a worldwide shift in business, how it's all done and everything, not only on YouTube, but on, say, like Twitch or network TV, music, even gaming events or tournaments. Or say even music streaming apps like a Spotify or something. If you don't have the ads playing, you might not be able to listen to Spotify for free. If you don't have the ads to help support Wikipedia, as we've already seen, if you go on Wikipedia every once in a while, they say, well, we're kind of under budget on the bills here, so please help us out some. The ad support and the ad revenue that you would get that those sites would get from you watching or seeing the ads anyways, that helps out in the long run for more than just YouTube. It helps out everything. Ad revenue has become kind of ingrained in the business, in the entertainment business anyways. We've always seen commercials and everything on TV and radio commercials and all that stuff. That's ad revenue right there at work. And again, if you think this is just me venting, after working on YouTube for years, then just go on YouTube and look for brand new music artists that are not being promoted by a YouTube network, and they're making a name for themselves on the platform. I can list off a few of them from back in the day that made a name for themselves just by uploading videos onto YouTube, singing or playing guitar or whatever, and now they have gone on to get partnership deals with other companies and such. Which is awesome, but you don't see that anymore because YouTube is turning into, as I said, kind of like the music business is, like record companies are to the music business. That's what YouTube is starting to turn into also, with their YouTube networks and all that stuff, which from what I understand, the YouTube networks kind of rip you off more than help you. Now, the next thing I kind of wanted to get into was a competitor to YouTube. Now, the biggest competitor to YouTube that I found so far, and Google would hate me for saying this, but Twitch TV is like a very steady competitor to YouTube. And now the Twitch influence is a bit different though. Twitch is of course owned by Amazon, not Google, which those two are very big competitors. That's why I said, like Google would hate me for saying this. I don't get paid from Google anymore anyway, so it's like whatever. So on Twitch, twitch.tv.com, or maybe it's just twitch.tv. I can't remember. Anyways, just type in Twitch, and you'll see it. It's a gaming website, live streaming website, but there's a lot of people doing music stuff on there, sewing stuff. I've seen arts. The IRL section is kind of like the dark corner of it, and there's a lot of really kind of dumb content in the IRL section, but there's a lot of cool, crazy, creative content on there too. It's a very mixed bag of everything, kind of like the early years of YouTube, because Twitch is pretty well brand new. We're only into I think it's like the 5th, 6th year. I forget how many years it's been going on, but it started in 2011, and then it didn't really open up its doors to the public so much, I don't think, until 2013. I started in 2014, and then that was the first time I went live, was 2014. But yeah, there's been new faces, game shows, a partnership program similar to YouTube's partnership program. But like I said, it's all made possible by Amazon, which, as everybody knows, Amazon's kind of the biggest company in the world right now. They got the most profit. So they also seem to give better percentages of revenue per sub versus the cash from view, minutes watched, as YouTube does. So, your revenue, your ad revenue actually adds up better on Twitch. It's just you have to go live. But they have been thinking about adding a feature. I'll get into that in a second. Maybe they're going to make a whole other website like YouTube. Amazon might just make another website that's, a direct competitor to YouTube. But for now, it seems like, Twitch seems to be kind of the place to go. That's where if a YouTuber that you are watching that plays games or does music or something, if they're not on YouTube anymore, go and check Twitch TV, because there's a pretty good chance they might actually be there. Check their Twitter feed, and you might end up seeing that. There's a lot more and more people that you see Twitch TV / their name on their profiles, a lot more than YouTube.com /. I've been seeing that change happening gradually, as the years have been rolling through. And it's because you got so much more freedom, and you don't have to deal with all the the cranky video upload system that is on YouTube and everything. So also, to add to that, they have just recently made the affiliate program, which gives new streamers even better chances to get revenue, and one sub emote, which is used by the community to help hype up the show and help build their channel. This not only helps in the way of viewership, but also gives the content creator revenue for upgrades to equipment, etc., etc. Pretty much like the emotes and all that stuff is to help you grow your channel by giving back to the viewers, as they give to you. Now, I'm in the part of the video where I would usually, say how it fixed the problems, but the problems of YouTube are so far beyond a simple fix, with all the backstage politics and favoritism and overall disgust both on the viewer side and the YouTuber side of things. It just feels like YouTube is going into, like sellout mode. And while it's very profitable and makes sure YouTube is not going anywhere anytime soon, it also means that random people are not going to be able to be the focus anymore, and it's going to come down to the people that are promoted by YouTube will be the ones that have a career in the long run. And for everyone else, YouTube would probably just become a storage site for your videos and not really a job opportunity, but just it's a place to create a profile to show your skills as a content creator or video producer. Okay, so my final thoughts on everything is, if another site like Amazon or some other people that know how to build, have the resources and know how to build a YouTube competitor, if they can build that website, make it easy and reliable as YouTube was back in the day, there is just a pot of gold and cash and just everything waiting for you. It's just waiting there to be claimed. a very solid competitor website has a very big opportunity to make, dreams come true for the next generation of content creators. Whether that be Amazon, because Amazon is probably, they are right now in like Google's position that Google was 10 years ago. Amazon is looking in there, and they could just completely change the game and make everybody's lives so much easier. And they seem to be doing a pretty damn decent job on Twitch. Everything that they've been doing for Twitch, different for the gamers side of things. Just opportunities for work opportunities, opportunities to just let you freely do the content that you want to do. They also give you music to use if for copyrighted purposes and everything. If there is anything like video uploads and stuff like that. And you can, while you're live streaming, you can play any music that you want to. It's just the video afterwards, when you go to replay the video of the live stream, the VOD, that it will be muted, so you can actually add music in there and stuff. So, if Amazon made a website, or anybody out there who has servers and this and that, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not just like I can make a website like that to compete with YouTube. But right now is a perfect golden opportunity for whoever out there to make another website that is like YouTube, but actually lets people create the content that they want to make. Like I said, it is a golden opportunity right there. So anyways, that's my thoughts. That's my let's talk. So thank you for checking this out. You can like and share if you want to. And if you hit the subscribe button, I really don't want to do like sellout mode on YouTube. I used to do that all the time, and I'm not against it, because telling somebody to subscribe to your channel, maybe you don't think of it or whatever. And if you want to come back and check out the content, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm so genuine, so serious when I say this. YouTube, I'm just using it as a storage site. I'm not even using it as revenue or anything anymore. It's just YouTube has gone downhill so badly on the business side of things. Now I'm just kind of focused on like live streaming, pretty much. That seems to be the better thing to do. So anyways, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to stop rambling and talking. I said what I wanted to say. Got out there. There's a lot of feeling behind what I want to be saying and everything. I'm trying to keep myself in kind of neutral mode. Don't want to get too mad about the different stuff that's been happening. It's ridiculous seeing what has been happening on YouTube. Like, come on, how do you let a platform grow like this and people make careers out of it, and then turn around and let people screw it up so badly? And you guys, like YouTube, when I say you guys, I mean YouTube and Google and everything, you let people get away with capturing murder on film. Yeah. Anyways, I'm finishing this video. I'm out. I'm done. Thank you for checking this out. If you like it, thank you for that also, and sharing and all that stuff. And as I said, if you subscribe to the channel, it's going to make sure that you stay tuned for all new videos coming soon.